MEDIATION. Mom?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, oh, you can hear me? Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I'm trying to find the exact place where they, did not disclose the issues that would affect purchase of this property.
Okay. Okay. As I said, to Yolanda before, I mean, this is a serious problem. I understand that. I think the challenges here are many, because again, I feel like maybe your agent should have given you better advice. I mean, obviously, don't quote me, but I mean, just obvious that that someone should have said, "Whoa, wait a minute here." Particularly after you got that report, and I'm going to pull it up here. Do you have the inspection report?
I don't have it in front of me.
Okay, so
I can get it. Okay.
I can send it to you, but all of the major concerns. I mean, here this is so tragic. All of the major concerns that you now have were alluded to and referenced in this report. Vapor barrier, insulation, re-leveling, improper stands. I mean, the inspector identified areas, and so your agent should have, I think, said, wait a minute, this is a problem here. And then, of course, he pressured you into taking $1,000 to solve those problems. So, I mean, Yolanda, I don't know. I don't know what to say here. I mean, you could wind up in a lawsuit with these people, but who knows what the outcome would be. Would they give you a couple of $1,000 maybe to have you go away? Maybe they would. But it won't. I don't think it'll be anywhere close to what you need.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I just feel terrible about it because it's such a difficult situation.
Judge, the fact was, it says, are you aware of any issues that would have affected on the seller's disclosure report? I'm all new to this. It says, are you aware of any issues? I'm trying to find it here because
I know what you're referring to.
And they put no, or there was a place where they just skipped it altogether, where they said that anything that would have affected the purchase of this property that was material, what do you call it, problems.
I know exactly what you're saying.
And of any previous or past issues, and they did not check that box. I don't know, Yolanda, if you know where that on the disclosure page.
I know where it is.
Okay.
I have it. I know exactly where.
And they did not check it there, and something about water damage. They said the bathroom was remodeled, but they didn't acknowledge that there was water damage, extensive. They just didn't disclose. And then tried to cover up as far as the foundation. The inspector even said there was so many throw rugs and furniture covering the floor that he couldn't make a proper evaluation of the the foundation or the flooring situation. And I felt that they tried to cover that up. I have a AC. I'm a new to the AC, a HVAC thing. I have a manufactured home myself, and I have never had to turn on any fans in this house. When in Washington State, we did have 118-degree weather right here in Kent, Washington, for a long stretch, and I never had to turn on any fans except for my AC to cool this house. And the fact that they had in a lot of their pictures from when they were selling the place, there are large stand-up fans. There was a big, large portable AC, to assist. There should never have been a need to assist. They knew that there were issues, severe issues, not just like, oh, we just like to have air blowing on us, They were trying to cool that house down it was 8 years old when the HVAC was 8 years old when this house was sold to Yolanda. That's towards the end of its life, but not at the end of its life. And it was not functioning as it should have been at all. And they even admitted during our conference in December that it worked fine for the first couple of years, and then there were issues, or there were, we needed to help it with the fans and stuff. So they admitted to us that it wasn't functioning properly, and they were minimizing that and they said, oh, we just didn't notice how bad it was, and we work from home, but they said, but what I'm saying is that they're being deceptive. They covered up the issues. They knew there were issues when they bought the place, and they suddenly don't have paperwork to verify any of their maintenance or purchases or leveling. All of this stuff had to be found. They were in the house an extra 10 days, which made it so Yolanda couldn't do her own personal inspection. And they had a lot of furniture, and as I do too, they had a lot of stuff in their house. Yolanda was not able to go in and do the kind of inspection she would like to have done to see, if there was serious issues, and then was not allowed an extension. Was told that Chandra denied that. Then the Norris's agent Corey Bender immediately gave a 3-day cure notice, because she knew probably that things were going to start unraveling, and she wanted to make sure that Yolanda was intimidated enough that she would not know what to do, and it worked. Yolanda, it was the 4th of July weekend that they stayed through 4th of July weekend, and so I don't know what day that falls on. I got to look, but I can look real fast. But that's why Yolanda could not get anybody in there to check these things on a professional level, because before the 4th of July weekend, people take the week off early in the week, and they don't come back till later, and then they got to catch up all the people that that whatever. So Yolanda got someone in there fairly quickly, July 13th, after they moved out late on July 8th, and she wasn't, and then the next day was a Friday, July 9th, I believe, and then Yolanda wasn't able to even get in there until July 10th, which they didn't even leave the keys for. She had to climb over a fence to even find her way into the house to even inspect it. There was numerous attempts to sabotage her from making a thorough evaluation of, and including the Norrises being in there that long. after the closing. I can't see anybody. I don't know. That's why I keep looking down, because I can't see anybody. All I'm seeing is a big telephone. But I don't know if you guys are even hearing me.
We can see you.
Okay.
We can see and hear you, Mama.
Okay. I don't know. So I felt like, but the fact is that I'm up here in Washington State. I didn't actually go face to face with any of these people, but or experience it firsthand, like Yolanda did. But when I did speak briefly with Raphael, and I immediately said, after reading the inspection report myself, I said, there's a lot more than $1,000 in repairs here. And I says, and he goes, yes, but something about the $5,000, when, what do you call it? Post possession fee for repairs would also be given to her. And I said, that's not enough. I said, there's more like 30,000 minimum repairs here. And that was before I knew about the extensive foundation issues and the extensive HAVAC issues. I only, was looking at, just in my own mind, looking at the things on the inspection report, going, that's, the roof alone, things like that. So we were discouraged in every way from pursuing it, and threatened, intimidated. We don't know who was behind it, but she was intimidated by the listing agent for the sellers, that with the cure notice, given her 3 days to do whatever or lose her earnest money, which her and I, we don't have a lot of excess money.
How much was the earnest money? How much was the earnest money?
Yeah, how much was it, Yolanda?
I think it was $2,500.
Okay. Which, that is a lot of money.
3,000.
Yeah.
It was 3,000.
That's a lot of money for. I've been a wage earner, which all my life, when I left Safeway, I was making $18 an hour after 36 years. So to make $3,500 at $18 an hour takes a lot of time. I don't know what Yolanda's exactly making, but it ain't much. It isn't much more. It takes a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears to make that kind of money. It's not something we can just say, oh, okay, well, I'll gamble it. And neither of us are gamblers. We're not gamblers at all. And not understanding the real estate world at all. The way, realtors work and the lenders and all that stuff. Because when I bought my place, we went through a private owner, and I had a private. My next door neighbor was the title person, so she handled everything. I had none of these issues. None of these issues when I bought my place. And
I mean, here's the situation. So the likelihood of them making a significant dent in the dollars that you're out, I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong, but I'm just kind of trying to use common sense, because what they're going to say is every problem that you're complaining about was brought to your attention one way or the other, mostly through the inspection report. And then they'll say, and sometimes I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Then they're going to say you specifically asked for particular repairs to be made, and you knew that it was going to cost more than you accepted. I mean, so that's what you're going to hear. I don't know. I mean, I just don't know what to tell you. I'm not saying give this up. I think you probably need to, consult with a lawyer, because I think and again, don't quote me, that someone needs to look carefully at the agent's role here to you.
Yes.
Because, and it seems to me that someone should have said to you, stop, this is not something you want. You don't want this. And you need to do a lot more investigation before you go forward here. That seems to me what someone could have said to you.
In our December conversation with the Norrises, they did offer us $3,000, which was an insult. But at the same time, why would someone offer money if they didn't feel somewhat responsible as well?
It happens all the time, so they can be done with you and never see you again. that's
Yeah.
Because if you take the money from them, you're going to have to give them a release.
Oh, I see.
So that they're going to know, hey, we're done. We're no more disputes.
Yeah, I see.
And it's not clear to me, and you'd want to be careful here to take the money from them, give them a release. You'd want to think through how would that impact, if at all, if you want to pursue some claim against your agent. I don't want to give you legal advice here, but I really want to think carefully about that.
Yes, we've. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's all. I guess the one thing, had I not really seen the inspection report, I think the one thing that I would have said to them is the fact that they knew repairs were made in 2014 and did